Hello everyone and welcome to Derick Burgess episode 2. At the end of episode 1, our geographically confused scammer was just about to call Denise again. Ladies and gentlemen, there are 2 sets of calls here, so I suggest you find yourself a comfy seat and a bowl of snacks. Because oh boy, does our man have very fragile feelings. And he's going to get very upset with Denise. Right, are you going to tell me what you would... Yes, hello. Are you going to tell me what you were doing at work today, like a proper mature engineer?
That fruit I was on was a dry fruit, and we use it in diving in underwater. Okay?
Yeah.
Honestly, there was a breach at one of our pipe on underwater, so we went to make sure it was sealed up already. We went welding underwater today. Okay?
Right. Why did I have to ask
I'm so stressed right now with work, and
why did
the least I could do right now is argue with you, okay?
Why did I
I'm so sorry if...
Shut up. Why did I have to ask you?
Can you see me?
Shut up.
Are you still there?
Shut up. Why did I have to ask
Hello?
you? Shut up. Why did I
Hello?
Yes, hello. Why did I have to...
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Why did I have to ask you so many times?
Honey, you won't really understand what I'm going through right now, okay?
I'm not interested in what you're
I've not heard from...
Shut up. I'm not interested in
I've
what you...
not heard
Shut
from you.
up.
Listen to me, okay?
Shut...
I've not heard from my son, okay? You don't know me. You hardly know me to judge me just like that. You need to really understand I've been going through a lot right now. I've not heard from my son, and that's the only family I have right now. Okay?
Do you remember apologising this morning for making me ask you 7 times? And do you remember telling me that, asking me to forgive you? And do you remember me saying I would forgive you if you followed through with your apology and you didn't do it again? Well, it's obvious your apology was a fake, insincere one. So I won't accept any more of your apologies because I know you don't mean them. So don't bother saying you're sorry.
It's fine if you don't. It's fine if you don't want to talk to me anymore, okay?
No, it gets very...
I would understand.
It gets very tedious having to ask you every question dozens of times. How would you like it if you asked me a question and you had to ask me 8 or 10 times before I answered you? That's a question, and I'm not... You wanted me to
emphasize more on it. You really wanted me to emphasize more on it.
How would you feel if you... Shut up. How would you feel if you asked me a question and I refused to answer and you had to ask me 8 times? How would you feel about that?
I'll feel bad, but when you ask me a question, I do reply to your text message, but you want me to go and emphasize more on it. There are a lot of things we could talk about, but you always keep asking me more questions to go into deep details, describing what I'm doing or what I'm not doing.
That's not...
I'm a man. It just seems like you're controlling me.
That's
okay?
Not...
You just need to understand.
That's not what I asked you, so I'll ask you for the 3rd time. The 3rd time. If you asked me a question and I refused to answer and you had to ask me 8 times, how would you feel?
Bad, honestly.
Yeah, so you'd feel bad if you had to ask me a question 8 times and I refused to answer you. How do you think I feel because I have to keep asking you a very simple question?
I said, I feel bad, okay? Please, let's just end this whole issue and just moving forward. Let's just get to know more about ourselves. I'm just tired of arguing, okay? Please, I'm sorry if I offended you, okay?
I'm not interested in your apologies because we know they're fake.
Honestly, the only reason I'm tolerating you yelling at me or asking me to shut up my mouth is because I do feel there's a connection between the both of us. I still feel like there's a connection between the both of us. That was why we met, honestly. But it's fine if you keep yelling at me, if you keep arguing with me, if you keep thinking that I'm not who I am. But it's fine. I just told you
That's an interesting.
I've not heard from my son.
That's an interesting thing to say. That I don't think you are who you are. What? Why? What would give you an idea like that?
Because you're making me. Oh my God! I've not heard from my son. Okay, it's fine if you don't want to talk to me.
Yeah, you've not. He's disappeared. Right, in future I'm not answering any more of your questions because obviously you're not going to answer mine. So how's that going to work, by the way?
You said what?
You said what? I said in future I'm not going to answer any more of your questions because you won't answer mine. How's that going to work?
You know, I'm always answering all your questions. You know, I do love to answer your question, but you want me to emphasize and tell you all about my submarine. This is my work and my privacy, for crying out loud. I'm just trying to make sure we have a proper conversation. Why are you making everything hard for me?
Oh, well, you think just asking you what you do at work is making life hard for you? I always used to know what I did when I was at work. I didn't have to be asked half a dozen times and then accuse somebody of making life difficult for me because they'd asked me what I was doing.
You know what?
Yeah,
I don't really know, Bert. I think
I know what.
I love your voice.
You weren't on a
Can you listen to me? Just listen to me. Just listen to me.
You weren't on the submarine at all.
You're happy. You're happy. Yelling, right? You're making fun of me right now, right?
No, you're doing that for yourself. You weren't on a submarine, were you?
Honey, I'm here on the rig, okay? I just told you I'm here on the rig.
Right, so you
the submarine only takes us down the water to process our pipeline work from here.
So you weren't on a submarine, were you?
Honey, can you listen? I need to understand. I need to make you understand something. I work here on the rig, and most times when we have works underwater, the submarine takes us under and down waters. Okay?
So you were.
How do I?
So you were on a submarine.
Why are you laughing?
Because you're talking nonsense. Were you or were you not on a submarine today?
No, I was not.
You weren't on a submarine today. Why did you tell me you were on a submarine if you weren't?
Because you made me say that. You made me say it.
No, I didn't make you say anything. I just asked what you were doing underwater. You told me
you got me confused. You got me confused. That is what you got me. You got me confused.
Oh no, it's so confusing trying to work out what you were doing at work and why you were underwater. Maybe you just had your head under the shower nozzle.
Really? Really?
Yeah, really.
Are you going to do that to me right now?
Yeah, really. I mean, fancy not knowing whether or not you're on a submarine. It's not a difficult thing to know, you know?
I'm not on a submarine. I only told you I walk here in the rig. And most times the submarine takes us underwater.
But you weren't.
You're making me laugh right now, babe.
You weren't on a submarine today. This is your last chance. Were you or were you not on a submarine today?
No. We only go down waters most times when we have complications underwater with our pipelines under the water. But today, I was not in the submarine. I was only diving on the sea.
Right, so you were
Oh my God, I don't really know what to do.
So you weren't in a submarine today. So that was a lie when you said you were in a submarine today. Okay.
I said I was going to... You know what? I'm tired of explaining, okay?
Yeah, I'm tired of you lying. So you weren't. So we agree you weren't.
Lying about what?
You don't no need to shout at me. So we agree you weren't on a submarine today.
You made me mention the submarine. Okay? I told you I work here in the rig. I already sent you the video on here.
So you weren't in a submarine today, you were on the rig today.
Yeah. And
Right.
most times the submarine takes us underwater when we have works underwater.
We're not
But today I
interested.
was not
You weren't
in the
on a
submarine
submarine.
because I thought
No.
we were supposed to use the listen. Can you listen, please? Can you for once please listen to me?
If you say anything, I'll listen to it, but you're just talking to yourself now.
Okay, I think we're done on here. You don't want to talk to me. I think it's because I think all this is because I care about you. Because you're front bin with talking on here. I believe you because if you know I love to talk to you on here. That's why you're behaving all. Oh my! I don't know what to say anymore. Okay, let's just forget about this issue. Okay.
Right, so you weren't, we agree you weren't on a submarine. What were you doing in that diving suit? You know, the diving suit you sent me a photograph of yourself wearing. What were you doing in it? Don't you remember why you were wearing? Oh, you've gone. Right, so we agree you weren't on a submarine. What were you doing in the diving suit?
Like I said, we're supposed to go with the submarine,
No, you weren't on
but
the submarine. Why were you in the diving suit?
only listen to me, okay? Most of the times we go on the submarine, we go underwater when we have complications underwater, okay?
You've said all that. Why were you in the
Today I
diving
told you I was
suit?
supposed to because we're supposed to work underwater. I went underwater, but not in the submarine this time. I told you submarine because I thought we were supposed to use the submarine. Most times the submarine takes us down waters, and that's when we go walking because we are whenever we use the submarine. I want you to understand that we are having complications with our pipelines under the water. I told you submarine because I thought we were supposed to use the submarine for work today. We hardly make use of the submarine. You need to understand this. The submarine is mostly used by the military persons, or I don't really know how to explain all this to you.
Right, you were
The company
not.
work.
You were not on a submarine today. We've agreed you weren't on a submarine. You definitely were not on a submarine. I don't care what the submarine does. You were not on it. You sent me a photograph
I
of your.
was not on
Shut
it
up.
today.
You sent me a photograph of yourself wearing a diving suit and expected me to know that that tells me what you were doing today. You were not on a submarine. What were you doing
I
today
was
in
not.
the diving suit that was not on a submarine?
I was underwater for work today.
Yeah,
I was
what?
underwater. We're having complications. We're having complications with our pipeline, so I had to go underwater with a colleague of mine. Three of us went down the water to fix the pipeline that was having issues. We went wading underwater. Honestly, you're really difficult to understand.
No, that's not difficult to understand. We agreed ages ago that you're not on a submarine, and finally you've managed to tell me what you were doing in that diving suit today underwater that wasn't on a submarine. You were doing some welding. Why did I have to ask you about 20 times before you told me you were doing some welding? Is this going to be how it
Honey,
goes? If we're going to be friends, I'm going to have to ask you everything dozens of times. I'm going to make you do the same thing and we'll see how you like it.
honey, can you listen to me, please? I have not heard from my son. I've not heard from him. I sent him an email this morning before leaving for work, and up to this very moment, I have had no response from him. Okay, you don't expect me to tell you everything. You don't expect me to ask focus
Yeah, what time?
when
What time is
something.
it? What time is it where your son is? Where is he? What What time is it in Florida? I think that's where you said your son goes to school. Do I have to ask you that half a dozen times as well? Apparently I do. What time is it where your son goes to school? Oh, have you gone quiet while you Google it? Oh, I guess you have. That's very rude, you know. Yeah, I thought so. What time is it where your son goes to school? No, he's still not going to talk to me.
Of course, I'm going to talk to you.
Right, what time is it where your son goes to school?
Right now it's 3 p.m. right now over here. What's the time over there?
It's 8 o'clock at night. If it's 3 p.m. at your son's school, do you not think the reason you haven't heard from him is because he's in his classes doing his lessons?
Yeah, I guess so, but
Yeah, I guess
my
so
son,
too.
most time, I think I just hold on and wait for the day to rain first.
Right, and what time is it where you are?
Like I said it's 3 p.m.
No, I asked you what time it was in Florida where your son goes to school. What time is it where you are?
I just told you where I am right now. It's 3 p.m. My son, same time.
Right, if you say so. I'm not convinced it's 3 p.m. in the Beaufort Sea, but maybe it is. Oh, we agreed they'd moved the Beaufort Sea, didn't we? Or they'd moved Ontario, one or the other. Anyway, if it's 3 p.m, I'm sure that's why your son's not answering you, because he's being a proper student and he's in his lessons, not skiving off.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, you're fun to be with. You're fun to be with, but you stress me out already. But I think I like it. Yeah, I like it.
Oh, good.
It's really nice to meet you.
Yeah, because if you're going to
Why are you laughing?
I'm not laughing. But if you're going to turn into a series, then, you need to like it, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess so.
agree,
I have no option.
Yeah, I knew you'd agree.
I have a lot of questions to ask you, but
I'm sure
I
you
just
do.
want you to be. I just want to be sincere and being open-minded with me. You've not sent a picture of you to me. You've not sent a picture of you to me. I believe your tab you're using to text with me must do with Africa camera. At least to send me a picture of you. I've sent you a picture of me, my son, and I think I've sent you that of my holy brother in prison.
Oh, your brother's in prison now, is he?
Yeah. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go on. Future me interrupting. You know all those daft questions that the scammers love to copy and paste into the chat. Well, our man's going to read them for you.
If something bothers you, do you talk about them or them in?
Oh, what? Sorry, didn't hear what you said.
I said if something bothers you, do you talk about them or hold them in?
Oh, I usually smack them over the head with a broom. It usually works.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, really.
Yeah, well, as for me, most of the times I think about it, evaluate it, then talk about it. A lot of the times I have had time experiencing what I am feeling or thinking. I am a one man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
It seems like you're laughing. I'm no longer comfortable with this conversation with you anymore.
No, I wasn't
honestly,
laughing.
you're just laughing.
I wasn't laughing. I was coughing. I've had a cold.
We both know you're lying, right?
No, we don't both know I'm lying. I definitely had a cold. I remember having it. I was coughing and sneezing and I had a temperature.
All right, no problem. So, what's attracted to a man?
Sorry, say that again.
What attracts you to a man?
Oh, I like a man with a brain who can have an interesting intellectual conversation. Do you think you can manage that?
Oh,
You know, someone who answers
that's
a
it.
question.
Can you hear that?
Yeah,
Okay,
someone
that's
who.
an emergency bell ringing right now. Okay,
I like someone who
because
can.
of an emergency, I'll be back with you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I like a man who can
That's
answer.
what she said.
I like a man who can answer a question first time, who can have an interesting intellectual conversation, who's educated. Do you think you can do that?
And you think I'm not educated right now? Is that what you think?
No, I was asking you. You asked me what I like in a man. I've just told you. Do you think you can do it?
I asked you a question, but it seems like you're using my words against me.
No, you asked me what I like in a man. I've told you. I like a man who can have an interesting conversation, who's well educated and can answer a question first time. I assume you don't think you can do that if you think me asking you about it is making fun of you. I would expect an educated man to say yes, of course.
Well, as for me, I love a woman that can conduct a good business and handle her own business. I love a woman with good family values, helping cleaning the house, and not throwing clothes around or in the corner. I'm a clean freak, you know. I never go to bed with dirty dishes in the kitchen. And I go for inner beauty. It radiates and speaks for itself over time. And for a woman like you who is family oriented is an added advantage to me. Can I ask you one more question?
Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm not. Like I said, for a woman like you who is family oriented is an advantage to me. Like I said now, can I ask you more questions? I have just one question I would like to ask you.
I'm sure you do, yeah, because you've obviously got them written down on a list, so go on.
You said what?
I said go on.
You said something about, oh my God, what? I don't really understand are you playing with me right now?
No, you're playing with me. I said go on. You want to ask a question? Go on.
You just said something about lists. What list? I don't really understand what you're saying.
No, well, don't worry about it. Just ask your questions. Stop bleating on like a sheep.
It's fine. I think it's our time. We can end our conversation on here, okay?
So you've decided.
It seems like you don't want.
You've decided you haven't got a question, have you?
You said something, and I said you should repeat what you just said. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah. Are you going to ask me the question or not?
I know what I had, okay? I had something, and I want you to repeat it. That's what I just want. We can go on a conversation, but I need to know what you just said now. I just need to repeat what you just said. I'm being open-minded and I'm being sincere with our conversation. But if you can't tell me what you just said now, then I think there's no need for us being friends or having any conversation no more.
Yeah.
Because it seems like you're making fun of me.
It's so frustrating when somebody won't answer your question, isn't it? You know, you might have to ask me 7 or 8 times before I answer you.
I don't know what to say no more, okay?
No, exactly. It's like me having to keep asking you about your submarine, isn't it? You've got to ask me now at least 7 or 8 times. Then you'll see just how frustrating and annoying and stupid it is, won't you? So keep asking.
What are your likes and dislikes?
Yeah. I mean, you set the precedent. You know, you're the man, so I'm the woman just following the example our man has set. Because I'm sure you'd agree that was a good thing, wouldn't you?
What are your likes and dislikes?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, I like a man that can have a proper conversation and you don't have to ask them 10 times. I dislike a man that you do have to ask 10 times.
Oh,
What are your likes and
really?
dislikes?
I like greetings. I like honesty, truthful. I like caring and obedient person.
Oh, you
I
do, do
dislike
you?
dramas, cheating, lies, disrespect, betrayers. I want someone that will be love me for me, regardless of my age, distance, languages, barriers, cultural differences, or material purpose. Because I do believe love knows no barrier and it is conqueror of all things. Now, what I want to ask you is what are the important things you expect from one as a partner?
Say that again.
What are some important things you expect from me as a partner?
What are some things I expect
If I
from
was
you?
supposed to what
Expect or want?
you said what?
I said expect or want. They're not the same things.
You not answer my questions.
Well, I'm asking you what your question is. Are you asking me what I expect from you or what I want from you?
What okay, what I'm trying to say is if we are supposed to be partners, okay? What are the things you expect from me as a partner?
Right, you definitely mean what would I expect, not what do I want from you.
What do you expect from me as a partner?
Right, what I expect from you is that you will ignore everything I say and make me ask you 10 times. What I would want is a partner who would listen to me and not make me ask 10 times. But knowing what I know of you, I would expect that that I'd have to ask you everything 10 times.
You're really stubborn and I
No, I'm
like
just
it.
answering that. That's why I asked you to clarify the question you were asking. And you were adamant that
Okay?
that was the question you were asking, so I've answered the question you asked.
Sir,
Yeah, I'm still here.
sir,
Who's so?
you're not going to ask me some question?
What would I want to ask you questions? I'd have to
What I
ask you a
will,
dozen times before I got an
what
answer.
I will expect from what I will expect from
I can't hear you, you keep cutting out.
I can hear you.
Yeah,
You're
you
not going
keep...
to ask me some question, what I'm going to do?
No, because I'll have to ask you 10 times and life's too short.
Honey, listen to me, okay? You be my partner, I respect you to be open minded, honest, and have a free speech about everything. Share your worries, plans together, pray together, and treat me like I mean something to you. Okay?
Oh, you do mean
We don't
something
have
to
to
me, believe
sugarcoat
me.
we don't we don't have to sugarcoat everything or anything. As adults, we can handle things. I expect you to treat me right. Be truthful and be honest with me. Because I do believe in gospel truth and that's what I want. Okay?
I was being truthful with you.
Where will you go if you have at least a week off?
Say that again.
Where will you go if you have at least a week or 2 weeks off?
A week or 2 weeks off what?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go again. I'm going to have to ask you a dozen times, aren't I? A week or 2 weeks off what?
2 weeks off work.
I don't work, I'm retired.
That's what I'm saying. If you were to have 2 weeks work, 2 weeks off, if you were to have 2 weeks off, where will you go?
I don't work, I'm retired. I don't have 2 weeks off. I do not work. I'm retired.
So, what are your goals or dreams in life?
What am I what? My drinks?
What are your goals or dreams in life right now?
Oh, my goal is to find somebody very rich so that I can get a nice mansion and settle around the world. My dream is to win the lottery and own a private yacht.
Wow. Thanks enough for trusting me with your dreams. I'm sitting here staring all over how you got such a beautiful dream. My goals and my dreams in life is to be with a woman I will love and forever and live happily with her forever. With my son, Chris. I'm so sorry, okay? Do you need to take some? Do you need to drink some water?
No, I'll be alright.
So, what's your favorite food?
Say that again.
What's your favorite food?
What's my favourite food? Fried worm casserole. What's yours?
Oh, my favorite food is pasta. Pasta.
Pasta, okay.
I love good. Yeah, I love to cook great homemade meals and try new recipes when I'm in town with my son Chris. I also love to exercise, and the importance of being healthy and eating healthy would like a lovely lady to cook with me. I would love for a lady to cook for me or cook with me. It would be so romantic.
Oh yes, cooking pasta is so romantic.
No, I said it, my favorite food is pasta, and I love to cook great homemade meals. And I like to try out new recipes when I'm in town with my son Chris. That's what I said.
Yeah, I heard what you said.
You're still laughing. Do you like to smoke or drink alcohol?
Oh, I drink like a fish and I smoke like a chimney.
You know what?
What? I might need
Thanks for making a fool of me, okay?
in a minute. That's what. He's gone. God. Sorry, guys. I'm in tears. I had the tea towel stuffed in my mouth. You disappeared, said Denise when the call cut off. I think I'll go and pour myself a glass of sherry. You're making a fool of me, he said. Sounds better. Is that your answer every time I tell you something you don't like? Very childish. You asked me if I smoke or drink. Didn't like the answer, so accused me of making fun of you. If you're trying to make me feel guilty, behaving like an upset 6-year-old won't work. Really? You call me childish? It might have worked with Mummy when you were 6, but it won't work with me. Yes, really. You asked me a question, I answered. You didn't like the answer. And if your response to everything you don't like is to accuse me of making fun of you, then that's the behaviour of a manipulative 6-year-old trying to get his own way with Mummy. I've had enough of you for one day. Go back to work and at least try to behave like a mature engineer, not an upset toddler. Good night. I mean, come on, guys. Really? How could anyone think that Denise was making fun of them? Will our man manage to behave like a mature engineer? I have no idea. There's only one way to find out. That's to watch episode 3. But I'm making this as we go along, so I have no idea what's in episode 3. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, you know what to do. Please like it, please share it, please comment down below, please subscribe to my channel, and hopefully I'll see you again in Derick Burgess, episode 3.